Solo Sikoa finally turns on Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Things rumored to happen when Roman Reigns returns to WWE Smackdown. Vince McMahon labeled a monster. Famous star teases WWE return. WWE legend returns to attack Brock Lesnar. WWE veteran spotted training with Roman Reigns' family member. Has WWE had any good storylines outside of the bloodline? Let's jump right into it. Things rumored to happen when Roman Reigns returns to WWE Smackdown. WWE Smackdown is already set to be a big show. The second of two fatal four-way matches is set to take place. LA Knight, Rey Mysterio, Cameron Grimes, and Sheamus are all looking to move on and battle Santos Escobar for the right to fight Austin Theory. While that bout will be exciting, the major draw for this week's program is the return of Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief took a week off but looks to return in a brand new segment with main event Jey Uso. The two cousins are set to meet face-to-face to set the rules of engagement for their upcoming bout, apparently set to take place at SummerSlam. The biggest party of the summer is just weeks away and will be held at Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. Everything becomes far more exciting when the Tribal Chief returns to television. What might happen when Roman Reigns appears on Friday Night SmackDown? Could another brutal beating take place? Could there be a title change? Below are 4 things that could happen when Roman Reigns returns to WWE SmackDown. Number 4. Jey may be on the receiving end of a brutal beatdown. The last time Roman Reigns appeared on WWE SmackDown was during a special show held at Madison Square Garden. The show was meant to feature Tribal Court, but ultimately ended up being much more vicious. The undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa viciously attacked Jimmy Uso. They battered Jey's twin with steel steps and even splashed him through the announcer's table. Jimmy was carted off to the hospital and is currently out of commission. When Roman and Jey come face to face for the first time after that devastating night, trouble may arise. Specifically, Jey may end up suffering the same fate as Jimmy. With main event Jey Uso on his own, will the combined effort of Roman and Solo be too much for him to handle? Number 3. Roman Reigns may scold Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman. While Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa were effective in their attempt to eliminate Jimmy Uso from the equation, at least for now, things have still been a bit messy for the bloodline. Specifically last week, when Roman didn't appear on the program, things went south in a hurry. Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa interrupted Jey Uso on WWE SmackDown. As things often do in World Wrestling Entertainment, the chat turned violent. In the end, Paul's super kick from Jey and Solo was sent fleeing. The Tribal Chief will likely be furious at the duo for not managing to take Jey out ahead of the upcoming WWE SummerSlam event. He may verbally lash out at both men, perhaps threatening them with violence. Paul is likely to whimper at the threat of violence, but it would be interesting to see how Solo might react. Number 2. Damian Priest could shockingly cash in during WWE SmackDown. The Judgment Day has taken over from where the bloodline left off. While Roman's faction was, at one point, the most dominant in all of wrestling, the drama from within have caused much of the group to crumble. Now the 4 members Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley are riding high. Finn is set to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Rhea is the WWE World Women's Champion, and Dominic is the NXT North American Champion. Meanwhile, Priest won the Money in the Bank briefcase at the most recent WWE Premium Live event. That means he can cash it in at any time. If Jey and Roman get into a scuffle, Damian could cash in the briefcase. He can go on to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship live on SmackDown, dramatically shaking up the company. Number 1. Jimmy Uso could return and seek revenge on the Tribal Chief. As noted, Jimmy Uso was recently the victim of a brutal assault. His younger brother Solo Sikoa and his cousin Roman viciously attacked the former multi-time tag team champion and sent him packing to a local medical facility. Jimmy's health and status isn't yet known. It was obvious that the former champion was hurt, but it remains unclear if he's too injured to return or not. Regardless, pride is a motivator and could lead to the older Uso doing something physical. The former undisputed WWE Tag Team Champion may appear on Friday Night SmackDown and attempt to get revenge on Roman. While doing so still herds a major risk, it could send a message to his cousin. Regardless, don't be surprised to see Jimmy back and wielding a chair sooner rather than later. Vince McMahon labeled a monster. Recently released WWE star's recent comments over his WWE exit and not wanting to work with Vince McMahon have stirred massive reactions among fans. When Eric Young first signed with WWE in 2016, things looked promising for the former Impact Wrestling star. However, he was released from the company in 2020, soon after moving to the main roster, following a lack of creative direction. Eric Young then reportedly re-signed with WWE in November 2022. However, his second stint only lasted a few months as he reportedly requested his release from the company in April 2023. The star potentially cited not wanting to work with Vince McMahon as the primary reason for his exit. Eric Young recently opened up about his WWE exit, stating that he didn't want to work there anymore because he was seemingly unwilling to answer to Vince McMahon. Young's comments have caused an uproar amongst the fans, with many appreciating his courage to stand up for himself. One fan hoped that WWE fans would not hate Eric Young for his comments. Another fan stated that he respected him so much for his morals. Another fan stated that he is glad Eric is back in Impact Wrestling, while another Another fan pointed out that Eric confirmed that Vince McMahon is running the show. One fan mentioned that nobody wants Vince in WWE. Peacock is releasing a documentary on Cody Rhodes titled The American Nightmare, Becoming Cody Rhodes, which details the journey of Rhodes after he left WWE to his eventual return. The trailer for the documentary was recently released. During the trailer, Kevin Owens mentioned that Vince flew all the way to Cody's home in order to get him to return to the company. Vince McMahon flew to his house to get him back. Not many people can say that. McMahon retired from WWE in 2022 but returned in early 2023 as executive chairman. He seemingly oversaw the sale of the promotion to the Endeavor Group and reportedly influences creative decision-making. What do you make of Eric Young's comments about his WWE exit? Sound it off in the comments section below. Famous star teases WWE return. The wrestling fans went berserk when they heard the former four-time WWE champion wish to return to the Stanford-based company after over 3 years. It's been nearly 1192 days since Matt Cardona, famously known as Zack Ryder, made his exit from World Wrestling Entertainment. On April 15, 2020, the 38-year-old star was released from the company due to budget cuts, and his 15-year tenure ended. During his time in the WWE, Zack Ryder has been a former United States champion, Intercontinental champion, and a two-time Raw Tag Team champion with Kurt Hawkins. Recently, Cardona attended Raw to support his wife, Chelsea Green, and shared a photo with her backstage. This picture created a buzz in the wrestling world that Matt Cardona might be on his way to return to World Wrestling Entertainment. Not only that, but Chelsea Green and the former star were invited to the Busted Open radio show. During the interview, Zack Ryder spilled the beans, stating his dream was not to be big fish in a small pond, but to become a WWE superstar and be a part of the company. Following the interview, Matt Cardona took to Twitter to tease his return to the Stanford-based company. Wrestling fans went wild about the Indie God's return and shared their honest reaction. A fan said if Zack Ryder returned to World Wrestling Entertainment, he would receive a massive reception from the audience. Another fan pitched that the 38-year-old star should return to next year's Royal Rumble show. A fan wished that he should come back with his Matt Cardona persona rather than the Broski moniker. A user also said someone should be there to dethrone Roman Reigns, and the former star could be a perfect candidate. However, unlike his previous stint, one fan would want World Wrestling Entertainment to treat Cardona fairly. During a recent interview, the former United States champion revealed that he and Cody Rhodes had bad blood in their first WWE stint. Matt Cardona debuted in 2006, followed by the American Nightmare, and the two men became close friends. However, during the premiere of Rhodes' documentary show with Denise Salcedo on Instant Culture, the Indie Gods shared that the two men initially hated each other. My favorite, I think, is one of the first times we went to a theme park together, because at first we used to hate each other, then we found out we both like theme parks, and we organized a VIP tour of Universal Studios, and I landed. Before I moved to Orlando, I landed in Orlando, texted him, called him, no response, Zack Ryder said. Last year, the WWE Universe witnessed a surprise yet massive return of Cody at WrestleMania. Only time will tell if Matt Cardona returns to the company at the grandest stage of them all. Do you want to see Zack Ryder in a Stanford-based promotion? Sound it off in the comments section below. WWE legend returns to attack Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is set for a third clash against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam 2023. This match was announced when the Beast returned and accepted the challenge from the American Nightmare, leading to a brutal beatdown. As SummerSlam is expected to feature some twists and turns, there are speculations that WWE legend Shane McMahon could make a surprise comeback on the show. Shane O'Mac's last appearance on WWE television was at WrestleMania 39, where he faced The Miz in a match. Unfortunately, the comeback ended with Shane suffering another knee injury. The speculation of Shane's return arose after WWE shared a recent video clip on its official Instagram account. The clip featured an intense confrontation between Shane McMahon and Brock Lesnar, which occurred back in 2016. The reason behind this belief is that WWE had previously done something similar with John Cena before his Money in the Bank surprise return this year. The company uploaded a clip of Cena's return in 2021 before this year's show, and eventually, the Cenation leader appeared. This has led to speculation that Shane McMahon could return at the biggest party of the summer. However, it still seems highly unlikely that if Shane O'Mac returns, he would attack the former Universal Champion. According to reports, Shane McMahon was reportedly spotted in Birmingham, Alabama, a few weeks back to track his progress. At SummerSlam 2016, Brock Lesnar faced Randy Orton in a singles bout, which ended with Lesnar securing a dominating victory and brutally attacking the Viper even after the match had finished. Shane McMahon, the commissioner of Smackdown at that time, came to rescue Orton, but Lesnar delivered a vicious F5 to him as well. This was supposed to lead to a feud between Lesnar and Shane, but plans were changed later. As a result of Lesnar's actions, Stephanie McMahon fined him $500. Indeed, a feud between Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon could attract significant attention from the WWE universe. Another confrontation between these two took place at Royal Rumble 2022, where Lesnar eliminated Shane. SummerSlam has a reputation for delivering surprises and memorable returns. Over the past 3 years, the event has featured surprise comebacks, including names like Roman Reigns, Bayley, and Lesnar. It will be interesting to see whether this year Shane could return to continue the surprise return streak of the biggest party of the summer. WWE veteran spotted training with Roman Reigns' family member. Roman Reigns' family member and the son of WWE legend Umaga Zilla Fatu was seen training alongside Shelton Benjamin. Fatu recently got involved in the professional wrestling business. He joined Booker T's Reality of Wrestling promotion last December and has been training under the WWE legend. Taking to Instagram, Benjamin uploaded an Instagram story where he was seen training alongside Fatu. The latter recently made his professional wrestling debut at the promotion and was victorious in his first ever match, getting it into a slash at Zilla Fatu. Hashtag just do work, wrote Benjamin. Ricochet previously spoke about Zilla Fatu joining the wrestling business. He claimed that Fatu is in good hands as he was training under Booker T. In an exclusive interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling, he stated that Fatu wanted to try his luck in the family business. I'm proud to say my younger brother Umaga, his youngest son, Zilla Fatu, real name is Aya. He's out there with Booker T in Houston, Texas, so he's under good hands. He wanted to try the family business. Ricochet further advised Fatu to listen to what Booker T had to say and soak everything up. He added, "My advice to him is get in there and shut your mouth," Ricochet added. "Listen to Booker and just soak everything up like a sponge." The Inali family is currently represented by some top superstars in the wrestling business, including Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and others. In WWE, Reigns and the Bloodline have been at the top of their game for months. Reigns has surpassed 1,000 days as the Universal Champion and is currently feuding with his cousins, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Are you a fan of Zilla Fatu? Sound off in the comments section below. Has WWE had any good storylines outside of the Bloodline? Wrestling fans have argued online about WWE Intercontinental Champion Gunther's record-breaking title run. The 35-year-old star has been questioned for having suitable matches throughout his reign, but not compelling storylines. The Ring General has dominated the company's division and has put many WWE superstars in their place to defend his title. Along with his record-breaking run, it seems that Gunther may even surpass the Honky Tonk Man's legendary reign of 454 days. It's been over a year since the Austrian star came to the main roster and rose to prominence after defeating Ricochet to grab the IC title. Superstars such as Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Matt Riddle, and others have been involved in incredible bouts with Gunther but failed to dethrone the champion. While that is understandable from an in-ring perspective, the Twitterverse is unconvinced with the storyline that the Ring General has been part of during his title reign. A fan questioned whether World Wrestling Entertainment has any good storylines in the modern era besides the Bloodline. Another fan asserted that when the Bloodline is in the picture, any other storyline will fall short. However, Sheamus' quest for the title has been pointed out by many wrestling fans. A WB fan also feels the same about Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship run. They believe that the Visionary has put his title on the line again and again, but it does not cater to great storylines. On this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, Matt Riddle once again went into action with the Ring General after his Money in the Bank title quest. However, the former United States champion was taken out by Gunther, who continues to prove his dominance as the Intercontinental Champion. Following the bout, the Austrian star picked up a microphone, stood tall on the announcer's desk, and called out Drew McIntyre for his recent attack at Money in the Bank upon his return. WWE later confirmed that McIntyre would be on next week's Red Brand to meet Gunther face-to-face, setting up a potential title bout at SummerSlam. The Ring General also claimed that he is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, given his accomplishment of crossing 400 days as champion. Do you think Gunther's IC title reign had compelling storyline? Sound off in the comments section below. Solo Sikoa finally turns on Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Despite Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso leaving the Bloodline, their younger brother, Solo Sikoa, still stands firmly with Roman Reigns. Sikoa attacked Jimmy Uso to the extent that he had to be stretchered out of the arena. While the enforcer might not listen to reason from his brothers, he would have to do so if it came from his father, Ricochet. Former Intercontinental Champion Ricochet is the father of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. He has been active on social media, posting numerous cryptic messages regarding the ongoing civil war between his family members. While Sikoa will be in Roman Reigns' corner at SummerSlam in the latter's potential match against Jey Uso, the tides may turn if Ricochet returns and talks some sense into the enforcer. It's being speculated that Solo Sikoa will again interfere and help Roman Reigns retain the undisputed Universal Championship against Jey Uso at SummerSlam. However, Ricochet could return to WWE and convince his son to align with himself and the Usos as they are his blood brothers instead of Reigns. This might lead to the Street Champion costing Reigns his title at SummerSlam. In the thrilling opening segment on the July 7, 2020 2023 episode of Smackdown, the Bloodline made their presence felt, captivating the WWE Universe. As always, Roman Reigns displayed his manipulative skills, seemingly ready to bestow the title of the next tribal chief upon Jey Uso. Reigns, however, dealt a low blow to Jey Uso instead, betraying his cousin. Together with Sikoa, they unleashed a brutal beatdown on the Usos, leaving the fans stunned and the landscape of WWE forever changed. Dutch Mantel said on a recent episode of Smack Talk that Sikoa should have sided with the Usos. That was the point when people said, "Whoa, it's decision time," Solo and people wanted him to take it. And now Triple H hears that, and the creative hears it and sees it. Now it has another facet where it can go. That was great for him. So I love that part when he was looking at it, and the people were looking at it too. A million thoughts going through everybody's heads at that time. I love this, said Mantel. Solo Sikoa has become a crucial part of the rivalry between Jey Uso and Reigns. The Enforcer's keen gaze towards the Eula Fala last week's seemingly indicated that he wants to become the tribal chief. Maybe SummerSlam will be when he can align with his father and brothers to create a bloodline sans the undisputed Universal Champion.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for